Hello, this is Gary, and welcome to this third preparatory video before the 70-day challenge starts. We're going to be filling in the form together. I hope you watched the last video, the one that's 40 minutes. I know it's very long, and some of it might be a bit boring for you. I have no idea. I've done my best for it, but there's a lot of important things that it's useful to have seen and to have understood that will help you reflect on what to write in this formula and this form. You get confused about the French and the English form, and so let's get to it. So first thing is, what do I wish? My intention. What do I wish to accomplish or to change? So in the next 70 days, I wish to lose 11 pounds and 2 inches off the waist. That's my height ring. That's what I would really like to do. It would be good. Then the next part of that is, or at least, what is my low dream? What would I consider to be a partial success? And so my low dream, my partial success, would be that basically the half of that, 5 pounds and 1 inch around the waist. I've already lost quite a lot of weight and a lot of inches around the waist with the first challenge, which I did by myself, which I talk a lot about in the last video. So I would not expect the second one to be have that much as much effect. So what are my benefits for having created this change in my life? Well, although I might look much younger than my 68 years, got, I don't have a picture of Dorian Gray. Unfortunately, the inside of my body is a bit wrecked. I'm old. I have an 8 stents put in my heart. I have hyper blood pressure. I have hypertension and all sorts of not so good things, but not so unreasonable for my age. So the benefit is generally for my health. So I can keep doing this and keep supporting everybody around me. So my health in general. So what is my motivation at this time? My motivation at this time is to share this project with you and for anybody else that might be interested to see what's going on. So I'm doing this, and I'm the sort of person that when I ask someone to do something, generally, if possible, I will also do it myself. So you can see I'm not sitting on some sort of cloud saying, "Oh, I'm the great guru and I'm telling you what to do." No, we're on this path together. I would imagine this is going to be, if it's a challenge, that means it's not obvious, it's not easy for you, it's not something that you would do without thinking about. And so I am also doing the challenge with you, and I will be doing the things necessary to fulfill my challenge and to get to my goals. So what are the benefits of not making the changes? Because that's why most of us don't do it, is because there are good things for not doing it or difficult things for doing it. So I would say that I would have much more time to myself, and I love to eat. Now, considering I work pretty much full-time as a therapist, and I see my soon-to-be ex-wife and my kids from time to time, and they will ask things of me. And as I'm supposed to be going to the gym fairly often because of the challenge, and because I'm going to be on YouTube for an hour most nights a week, half an hour in French and half an hour in English, then I would have much more time. And I do like to eat, and I don't like restricting myself, and I don't like to not eat, and I like to fast. We'll go into that another moment. So, what would be the challenge in making these changes? Well, the challenge in making these changes would be to go often to the fitness and to go on a diet. But normal stuff. So how often would I need to make the decision to support changing my life? This is a question that I have reflected on and discussed in the 40-minute video, which maybe you've seen, maybe you've not seen. But as I say, I made it. It took me forever to make it. I made it both in English, then I had to do the same thing in French because I do everything in both languages. My French is not very good. So I made these two versions of this video. If you've not seen it, please take the effort to look at it. And I know it's 40 minutes, it might be a bit boring in places, but there's some very important things that I talk about. So I would think it would be a really good idea to look at it. So how often you make the decision? Well, for the fitness, it will be once a day, at least 5 days a week, because to bother to go to the fitness takes some effort. I don't like fitness; it's not my great pleasure. But because I'm invested in this project and in this challenge, I will try and go 5 days a week. I don't know if I have the time. I don't know how I'll organize it with my patients, which are quite a few of, and going to the fitness and doing the 1 hour of live chat every night. So I have no idea how I'm going to organize that and any other responsibilities that I've got. So for my family and my kids, And for the diets, I've written 3 times a day. But the truth of the matter is that I never eat breakfast anyway. Sometimes I'll have coffee going to work. So that's 1. And it's possible that rare that I have a second coffee at work, which would be 2, and then usually I have a meal at night. So that's what makes 3. But 3 is a little bit a lot, because usually it's only about twice a day that I think about eating or drinking anything. But have a look and see, and reflect how often you will need to continually make that decision to fulfill your challenge on this regular basis. It's really, really important that you think about this. And every time, especially people that especially smokers, that are used to having 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 cigarettes during a day, which means that 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds a day, they need to think about, are they going to smoke? How much they're going to smoke? And it's a lot, but every time you pick a cigarette, every time you go for a drink, every time you feel the need for medication, every time you fancy eat something, that's one time to think about what you're doing, think about your motivation, and make a decision that you are going to go forward with your challenge. And the decision could be to have a cigarette. The decision could be to have a meal or have a drink. But you need to be conscious of it and needs to be aware of where you're going towards. And if this is going to basically wreck your dream to whatever you plan. Okay. What strategies could I think to put into place to support myself during this challenge? Well, I have a system that I call the 6 Fs. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's in the other video. You watch it. It's very interesting. And the other thing is I have a series of exercises, the fitness machines, the gym machines, and there are 5 of them. And I do some repetitions on each one. And sometimes I do more than one set of repetitions on each machine. And I go on I think it's called the treadmill in English. Sometimes for about 10 minutes. But that's it. Now, something very, very important is that I'm not a fitness coach, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not even a doctor, I'm a psychologist. So everything I say about diet, about fitness, don't follow me blindly. My idea is to inspire you by telling you what I do, which works for me. And the fact that I don't ask a dietitian or I don't ask a fitness coach what it is that I should be doing or should be eating, that maybe is my ego, my stupidity, or just that I seem to after many years, sort of know myself, and mainly for the fitness, I can judge when it's too much and then I can do more. The diet system, the 6 Fs, as you'll have to check and find out, I'm not telling you. Again, it works for me, and the 70-day challenge I did in January, middle of March, had some very positive results. So the thing I'm expecting to continue to do my system, but my system will work for me. Which people, private or professional, and or structures might I be able to call on to help me create and keep to a strategy or strategies to this end? I'm reading this, you can see that. Me, myself, that's it. I am doing what I can and trusting that it's sorted okay. How often and in what ways will I keep track of my progress during the 70 days? Well, generally, I weigh and measure myself once a week, usually on Saturday. And I will keep you informed how this is going forward. Now, you need to be careful with weighing and measuring yourself. There are certain things that are on the physical which can be off. For instance, if you go on a diet and you do sport, then it's very possible that the muscle weighs quite a lot. So if you lose weight and you gain muscle, you won't see much benefit on the weighing scales. And you can even gain muscle, which will compensate measuring yourself, like around the waist. Because if you get more muscle there, then, it takes volume. So that can be something that, be careful that I don't get disappointed. Because if you just stop eating and you lose weight, then you will lose fat and you will lose muscle and you'll get thinner and lighter, which is not necessarily very healthy, but it shows more benefits with the weighing scale and the measuring tape. But just be aware of that. You women, you have your periods. Be aware that you gain weight and you can gain volume at different parts of your period. So although there's only 2.5 moments in the month that you could weigh and measure yourself to make sure that you're on the same part of your cycle, just be aware that weighing and measuring yourself on a weekly basis, and certainly not on a daily basis, to really give you some great results. And don't go too far with that. And on the other hand, if, for instance, you're a writer, now, as a writer, yes, I've published quite a few books. I remember saying to my wife that I note out how many words I've written, and she looked at me like, it's crazy, which isn't very unusual. And she said, why would you do that? What are you trying to prove? And I said, well, a lot of writers do that because it's something of motivation. And you can see you're going forward and you've written 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 words in a session. It's very motivating if you've got a good plan, a good structure. And you can say, okay, when out of my 20 chapters, I'm halfway through the third, and it's going to be the next time I'm going to finish the third and go to the fourth. These are all ways to see where you're up to and how far you've gone. If you want to train for a marathon, then that is something that every time you run might be worth noting, because if you can, one of the ways to get to run better, one system that one of my patients has followed, is you start walking for 2 minutes and you run for 1 minute and you walk for 2 minutes and then you run for 1 minute and you walk for 2 minutes, and that's your first day. And then as time goes along, then you walk less and you run more, and overall you are out for more and more time. So eventually you are jogging or maybe even running quite fast for maybe 20, 30 minutes. And that's something you could actually note every time you go out. And if you're trying to do something like a marathon, it's really important that you take yourself out maybe 3-4 times a week, because once a week it's not going to advance very well. The more often that you do these things, and I talk on the other video, which we'll look at, is how to push yourself, and to see how that goes. And we'll talk about that at another time. So in what ways will I reward myself for undertaking this challenge? Right. Starting this challenge, I'm sharing my adventure with my friends, with you. So I can say, hey, I started this challenge. What are you up to? Let's all do it together. We've all started. Well, hopefully most of us have started. And we're off. And it's great to be off. And also something I mentioned in the video is that I did my first challenge, and I'm about to start another challenge. But in between time, I've like 4 weeks of relaxation, where I'm allowing myself to eat more normally, sweets, especially breads, because of my diet, it's usually most days very low carb. It's only 1 or 2 days a week that I allow myself any carbs. So I've been allowing that, and now I'm looking forward to starting again, although it's a discipline, because I want to take myself back in hand and start to lose more weight and lose some more of this belly that I still have quite a lot left. Less than when I started, but still a lot too much, and much more than that I wish for. So how do I reward myself during the 70 days? Well, I have a system in place with my kids. My son tends to share with me a Saturday meal in video or Netflix, whatever, once a week. So that's my day to feast, fun, and friendship with my son, and so that's in place. Not if he's not out with his friends and his girlfriend, but he still keeps us happy now with me most nights. But it's nice. And if he's not here, I still have a feast and watch some feast on the film. So at the end of the 70 days, what am I going to offer myself? I am going on holiday. Yes, I'm going on holiday. The last day of the challenge, I will be in the south of France. Hopefully it will be warm and sunny, and the house will be nice. And we went to the house. It's only a week. It's expensive, but it's a nice house in the south of France. It's really good. So that's what I'm going to offer myself at the end of this challenge, for being a good boy and working hard. That's what the psychologist calls. And if I only succeed partially, and I don't get exactly yeah, well, I'm not going to go because I'm not lost in the feelings around the waist. So that's the form. Sign your forms. Sign it today. I think it's the 23rd today. Almost 24th. It doesn't matter. I planned it for the 23rd anyway. Signed for the 23rd, and my signature is there. And it's written on the form, so just remind yourself this program is 100% free. No inscription, no email, no telephone number, credit card, anything like that. It's totally free. I hope to have some version of a journal for you to write in ready for Sunday. I will see what I succeed to do. I'm not guaranteeing it. If it's not by Sunday, it will be sometime in the next few days that I will succeed to put something online for you to download, so that you can have the form to fill in on a regular basis. Maybe every day. See how you're feeling. Check out all of yourself. And so just keep contact with me and with anybody else that can help you and support you. And I will speak to you on this Sunday at 4:30 Central European Time, which is Switzerland, Bern, and France. So if you're anywhere else in the world, you need to check and see what 4:30 Central European Time is for you. I have put this in place on this Saturday afternoon, and for people that live anywhere from one side, India, all the way to the other side, America and Canada. Hopefully, you'll be able to follow it live. Just it's the only time I could do something in the afternoon that I'm in position to be able to succeed to do on a regular basis. So I keep reminding you, please, please, please watch the other video. I know it's 40 minutes. This is very important things for you to know and to think about. Otherwise, please like, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Keep forgetting because everybody's watching the French and English. Like, subscribe, share, and anything else. So yes, and send me some messages as well. And the other thing is that although I said it for the video, and I'm not going to take too much from the video. If you write, I will do my best to respond. If several of you have the same sort of problems, I will definitely find time to talk about whatever the subject is that you're finding problems with. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on Sunday at 8:30 at night. See how it goes. Anyway, I think.